You were never weak because you felt too little. You were weak because you felt too much, in front of the wrong people. Every time you explained yourself, you handed them a weapon. Every time you reacted, you confirmed their power over you. Open is not a virtue. It is a door you left unlocked, and they walked straight through it. Here is the uncomfortable truth you have been avoiding. The people around you are not neutral. They are not simply chaotic or emotionally clumsy. They are calibrated, whether they know it consciously or not. They have learned exactly which buttons to press to make you respond. They watched you react once, and they filed that information away like a predator noting the wounded leg of its prey. The colleague who drops a cutting remark right before your presentation. The person who sends a message designed to destabilize you at midnight. The one in every room who raises their voice just enough to make you feel obligated to lower yours. Each provocation is a test. Not a test of your patience, a test of your ownership, and every single time you justified, defended, or argued back, you failed that test. You did not stand your ground, you surrendered it. The moment you reacted, you told them the chain was still attached. You told them the machine still runs. You have been funding their control over you, one reaction at a time, and calling it self-expression. This stops now. Not gradually, not after you work through it. Now, the concept is called weaponized apathy. It is not indifference born from exhaustion. It is not the numbness of someone who has been beaten down. It is a deliberate, architectural decision to transform your internal state into a void, a place where other people's noise enters and produces absolutely nothing. No outrage, no defense. No visible disturbance of any kind. It is the coldest, most total form of dominance available to a human being, and almost no one understands how to use it. Understand the mechanics first. Emotional response is energy transfer. When someone provokes you and you react, you are transferring your energy directly into their hands. You are giving them fuel. You are confirming that they exist as a force in your world. The reaction is the reward. It validates their effort. It tells them the strategy works. The moment you remove the response, you do not just protect yourself, you dismantle them. You take the weapon out of their hands by refusing to be a target. There is nothing more psychologically destabilizing to a person who thrives on chaos than encountering a mind that simply does not register their frequency. This is the shift. You stop being a participant. You become an observer, not a detached, meditative observer sitting cross-legged, waiting for the storm to pass. A clinical one, the kind that watches a specimen under glass with zero emotional investment in what it does next. When someone in your life performs their drama, their outrage, their passive aggression, their manufactured crisis, you watch it the way a surgeon watches a patient's vitals, steady, present, completely unmoved. You are not suppressing a reaction. You are not fighting the urge to respond. There is simply nothing to fight, because the stimulus never reached the part of you that matters. You rerouted the wiring. Now, imagine you are sitting in a meeting. Someone across the table takes a shot at your work, not as genuine critique, but as public positioning. Their voice carries that specific edge, designed to make you look small and feel the need to immediately restore your credibility. Every person in the room is waiting to see what you do next. The old version of you launches a defense, tight-jawed, controlled but visible, which tells the room you felt it. That version handed them the moment. You do not do that anymore. You let the comment land in the air and dissolve. You do not shift in your seat. You do not harden your jaw. You look at them with the same flat, unhurried attention you would give a car passing on the street. You say nothing, or if you speak, it is measured, low, and entirely unrelated to the bait they just laid. The room reads your silence correctly, not as weakness, as a complete absence of threat response, which signals that you did not register them as a threat worth responding to. That is annihilation, without a single raised voice. That is what weaponized apathy does in real time. The psychological shift required here is brutal in its simplicity. You have to stop believing that your reaction proves you have standards. It does not. Reacting proves you can be moved, and anything that can be moved can be controlled. The man who cannot be moved is the man who cannot be controlled. Full stop. You are not in the business of proving you have values by displaying them to everyone who challenges them. Your values are demonstrated in the architecture of your life, your decisions, your trajectory, not in your response to provocations designed to derail that trajectory. This also means you stop narrating your silence. Weaponized apathy fails the moment you explain it. The moment you say, "I am not going to engage with this," you have engaged with it. You have announced the strategy, which immediately converts it from dominance into defensiveness. The cold observer does not explain that he is observing. He simply watches. The void does not announce itself. End quote. End quote. It simply absorbs. You execute this without commentary, without the need for anyone to acknowledge what you are doing. You are not performing restraint. You are living in a state where the provocation never found a place to land. Strip away the last excuse you are still holding. You are not staying silent to be the bigger person. You are not practicing some form of moral discipline where you earn points for not snapping. That framing still centers them. It still makes their behavior the event you are responding to. You are silent because their chaos is irrelevant to your architecture. You are unmoved because they are simply not a significant variable in the calculation of where you are going. Your assignment starts at the next provocation, not someday, the next one. When it arrives, and it will, you do not speak first, you do not explain, you do not justify your silence by calling it silence. You simply exist in the room as a presence that registered the event and produced nothing. Hold eye contact if you want. Let it be steady and without heat. The absence of fire in your eyes is more unsettling to them than any outburst you could deliver. You will feel the pull to react. You will feel the ancient reflex that says, defending yourself is the same as protecting yourself. It is not. Let that reflex surface and pass through you like smoke through an open window. Give them nothing. Watch what happens to someone who has spent years knowing exactly how to move you when the machine no longer responds. Watch them recalibrate in real time, unsure, suddenly without a script. That moment of their disorientation is not your victory lap. It is simply Tuesday. There is a deeper layer to this architecture, one that governs not just how you respond, but how you build the kind of life that makes you unreachable from the start. That structure is worth examining next.